Hello everybody, and Jess here, and welcome back to Sabikui Bisco, episode 4, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check that. It is indeed episode 4. It will be... no, it won't be late. It's gonna be still the same day, and that's what matters. Today has been busy. I recorded the OVA to Dragon Maid Season 2. I'm gonna have to record Arifureta after this as well, so 3 videos in one day. Oh man. But yeah, that's what you get. That's what I get for getting my throat to hurt yesterday. It's still hurting a little bit, but I can record at least. So, Sabikui Bisco. It feels like episode 4 will and onwards will be the series proper. In the last episode, in episode 3, we basically assembled our team. Right? Bisco and Dr. Panda, Miyuki, something like that. I'm just gonna call him Dr. Panda until I learn his proper name. They met and they set off to look for the rust eater mushroom, so that both Bisco's mentor, Juri, I think, or Jori, something like that, and Panda's sister, and her name is Pau. Pau. Her name is Pau. That much I remember. And Pau can be cured, right? Because Rust Eater is needed to cure the rusting. Judy, or whatever his name is, was left behind in the city. Pau also stayed behind with the bracelet from her brother and a full bag of, well, not antidote, but some kind of a serum that is supposed to help her with her rusting, at least until her brother comes back. We don't know when exactly is he gonna be back. Perhaps by the end of the season? I don't know. I don't know anything about how this anime might go, what's gonna be the pacing, how long it's gonna get us to get to the end of it. I'm watching it completely blind. And in the end of the last episode, we've also seen a huge, enormous crab, bigger than Bisco's crab. Basically, a mountain of a crab. And that has me question even more, what even is this world? I'm in for it, don't get me wrong, but I question. Alright. And in this episode, we basically begin our journey. Bisco, Dr. Panda, and Akutagawa. Akutagawa is the name of the crab. Our trio has set off, and where will the adventure take them? We don't know that. We need to watch the actual episode. So let's do just that, shall we? Oh, right. We also learned a little bit about the mushroom keepers, right? How they are seen as evil and spreading rust because mushrooms grow where the rust is and they eat away at the rust. But people got it backwards and they think that since there are mushrooms there and there's rust there, it must be the mushrooms that cause the rusting and not mushrooms feeding on the rust, because it takes time, of course, and that's how mushroom keepers got their notoriety, let's say. And it could have probably been avoided, but they didn't avoid it, so, hindsight is always 2020. Let's not prolong this intro any further. Let's just start Sabikui Bisco, episode 4 by Subs, please, and it's gonna be starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, right into the OP. So probably shit's gonna hit the fan right from the get-go. Or maybe not. That's some good tea. Earl Grey with lemon and rapeseed honey. Something to help cure my throat. Yeah, we're still yet to see those flying whales. And judging from the OP, the pink-haired jobber is gonna be set after our dynamic duo? We'll see. I love this OP, both musically and visually. Oh, and of course, one more very important thing that happened in the last episode. Slight hints of romantic feelings between Dr. Panda and Bisco. Uh, are we not gonna address that huge crab? Or are we doing asynchronous storytelling again? You should probably invest in a backpack or something. Also, why exactly are you not riding Akutagawa? Sure. I guess they lost Akutagawa? And now, floating moss. Is it even Earth anymore? Well, true, you're not in the city anymore. Too tired to walk? Or. Yeah, Bisco gives no fucks. Oh no, he does. Don't sneak up on him while he's this vulnerable. That's. It's a little big. What a coincidence, that's about the same time that Jabi has left. Oh, maybe not. Yes, we walk. Oh, I mean, you're assuming the railcar still works. Land piranhas. What the fuck is Akutagawa doing there? Why was Akutagawa hiding? And so far from the city, too. Let me guess, you had different fathers. Okay, makes sense. Yeah. Milo. Okay, gotta remember that. I guess Akutagawa doesn't like him. That's a very specific thing. See, Akutagawa, it's a completely different person. Yeah, I'm not for long. And he's gonna get thrown off again. Yep, it's gonna be a running gag, isn't it? I mean, I can see the progress. Yeah. Well, first of all, I'd be weirded out that a crab is trying to ride me. You're a doctor. Making a soup or making drugs? Poisonous arrowheads? Oh, it's the pink hair. What is she doing here? Or is it her? It is her. Has she been sent by the governor to spy on them? Or did she run from the city because she failed her mission? Okay, and Bisco was coating his arrows into whatever it is that causes mushrooms to grow. So I guess it's not some his magic power, it's actual substance. What's she doing here? What about her though? Yeah, he has some control over Akutagawa. Yeah. Now he's using his charisma and abilities of a doctor. While riding, he doesn't. Okay, so the ending of the previous episode happened after this episode. After this moment in this episode, at least. Is she choking? Heimlich? No? What the fuck? Holy shit. That I did not expect. He's only interested in Bisco. Don't even try. I like her. A peddler? Because he's a good guy. Yeah, you're lucky that it wasn't just Bisco. Now that you mention it, yeah, her hair does look like a jellyfish. Blueprints. Is she an is she an RPG character, NPC, trader? She's joining us, isn't she? You're not yourself when you're hungry. Have a Snickers. What are you plot? Why? Oh, it's gas. And it's gonna be. No, that's what's gonna awaken the crab, isn't it? Yep. Yeah, he's already up. And it can apparently shoot. Okay, so animal weapons are actual things in this world. It's a coal-eating mantis shrimp. The music kicks in again. Or maybe you could like talk to it. It's a crustacean as well, after all, but and the mushrooms right into the crack in the armor. Damn. Ah, I fucking love this anime. They should have tried to take control of it. You've known many. One last... Of course. It couldn't be that simple. Uh, of course she did. Okay. She traded, yeah. It was a forced trade. Okay, Panda can ride the crab now. Milo, sorry. It's calcium planes? Did you eat everything she left you? Or is it a mirage? Okay, we're meeting other people. Yeah, you probably should stop that. I'm guessing some sort of a tribe of kids? And what is that statue in the background? Was that a huge flying fish? This anime doesn't cease to surprise me. Let's go through it again, shall we? Oh man, what even is this anime? Yeah, we are still doing a little bit of asynchronous storytelling. And yeah, the world constantly surprises me. It seems like Earth, right? And you could argue that in X thousand years, with some mysterious rusting spreading around, crabs could grow huge. Or people could find the technology to brain control hippos, right? But now you have flying moss. What? Floating moss. Driftweed. Floating moss. And that's a nice callback to when Bisco was eating with Jabi. And Jabi also told Bisco to swallow them whole because they're bitter if you bite into them. Looks like Bisco learned, and is now passing that knowledge on to Milo. Okay, so Pau has 3 months, Jabi has a month. So you need to be quick. And that's why you went into the opposite direction to find Akutagawa. Shenanigans ensue because Milo cannot ride it. I like the drip though. Very similar to Bisco's, with the bandolier, the rope, the gloves. He even has a quiver. I don't know if he can actually, shoot a bow, but he does have a quiver and something sticking from behind that quiver. I'm assuming some sort of a baton, maybe something like that, or maybe a knife. I don't know. But at the same time, his new costume has that air of maybe not refinement, but properness that Bisco's suit doesn't have, right? Bisco's undershirt is all ragged and torn. His scarf is all ragged and torn. He has mismatched gloves. He has his sleeves pulled up. Milo, in contrast, wears his everything properly. A proper buttoned up long shirt, a proper pair of matching gloves, gauntlets even, with bracers or cuffs or whatever you want to call them. It's a nice contrast, and it really shows their character well. Bisco is this, rugged and maybe a little crazy, very road worn, I guess you could say, vagabond. And Milo is a city boy doctor, essentially. And their new, Milo's new suit really, really portrays that well. But even though he doesn't look like a doctor, he's still a doctor, so Akutagawa doesn't like him. He doesn't give up, and tries and tries and tries again, but constantly fails. This is nice. I like this scene. I like this scene because it doesn't tell us directly how Bisco makes his arrows grow mushrooms, right? There isn't any moment in the show where Milo asks Bisco, hey, how do you manage to make mushrooms pop up wherever you shoot your arrow? And Bisco explains it. No, there is nothing like that. Everything is shown. Nothing, absolutely nothing is said. We are shown that Bisco is sitting in front of a fire with a cauldron with some vials. We are shown that he has his arrowheads. Yeah, does this scene? Yeah. We are shown his arrowheads and wire and shafts and everything you need to craft an arrow, and we are shown that he dips those arrows into this weird concoction. We don't yet know what this concoction does. It could be poison, for all we know. He could be tempering them in some weird manner. But now we are shown those brand new arrows cause mushrooms to sprout. And you can instantly connect two and two together. That he was preparing those arrows, and now using those arrows causes mushrooms to sprout. Therefore, him preparing that mixture, that concoction, was him preparing the thing that makes mushrooms sprout from arrows. I really like that. I really, really, really like that. We don't yet know what's the deal with her. She's apparently a peddler now. And she has a rocket launcher in her bag. Okay, what was that scene? The glass breaking sound? Oh, it was just an eye catcher. Halfway point, halfway point. Yep, just a halfway point in the episode. Okay. Nothing particularly significant. What's her deal? That I still don't know. Now she's a peddler, apparently, and she's selling various wares. She was a member of these special forces back in the city, working for the governor. But we know that she joined those special forces because she had her own escargot fighter or whatever it was. I know that it was escargot. I'm not 100% on that it was a escargot fighter. That's because she joined. I'm assuming after she failed the mission, she either decided to leave and the governor allowed it because he knew that she's gonna die when she leaves, or the governor kicked her out for failing to carry out her mission. I wouldn't be surprised if in one of the future episodes we would have gone back to what happened to her. We are doing a lot of synchronous, anachronic, whatever you want to call it, storytelling, so it wouldn't surprise me if we actually went back to her story, to Jellyfish's story. Yeah, good. Now sit. Very good boy. Yeah, why can't you ride on his back when you can do this? Explanation is very simple. Milo is a doctor, so when it comes to applying ointments, applying various treatments, his word is very stern, it's very charismatic, and you cannot find it within yourself to resist it. Not even a crab. When Milo tells you to sit down, you sit the fuck down. When Milo is riding Akutagawa, he isn't doing his doctor stuff, so he doesn't have that charisma. Telling Akutagawa to turn left isn't giving him treatment. So, it's a different thing. And I like it. I like this contrast. Here's this weird ass temple. And this is super, super fucking weird. I'm gonna screenshot it, and I'm gonna keep posting it out of context. What the fuck? Balloon worm. Feed the slave the egg, then drugs to stop it from hatching. That way they're yours for life. Yep. Makes sense. It's cruel, but it's cruelly efficient and effective. You have to give it that. And apparently everybody in the special forces of the governor is forced to eat those and has to keep taking drugs. And she is thirsty, not just for water. I really like this moment. Who'd get any pleasure out of putting their hands on that flat body of yours? In any other anime, you'd see her getting all flustered and all angry and deny that, oh, I'm still growing, they aren't that small, or yada yada yada. Not here. She never breaks character. She's constantly smug about it. Right? I love it. It's such a breath of fresh air. Yeah, she's genuinely a smug little shit. That's her character. She's a smug little shit. And I love her for it. But when she's in actual danger, she's immediately panicking and trying to run away. Kinda reminds me of Saikawa from Dragon Maid in that scene in the on the playground when they were when Saikawa was about to be hit with the dodgeball ball, right? You know the scene. Yeah, she really reminds me of that. Yeah, why'd you save me if not for my body? If you wanted my goods, you could have just taken them after I died. I love Bisco's reaction here. Now that you mention it, yeah, true. If we let you die, we could have taken your shit. Damn, why'd you save her, dude? We could have taken her stuff. Now we would have to like put effort into killing her. Damn, would have been more efficient to just let her keep the bug. I love every single character in this series. And her little charming jellyfish shop. And she's even aware that her hair looks like a jellyfish. And she specializes in blueprints for weapons and arms, like an RPG trader who sells you fucking Witcher 3 blacksmith who sells you a blueprint and then use that blueprint to build craft a weapon. In here, you buy the blueprints from her, and then you have to find a blacksmith to forge you the weapon. Uh, is there a Sabikui Bisco game out there? Will be surprised. Cold bread or salt mochi? What the fuck are you eating? Bisco biscuits. Half price for you, Panda. uh, yeah, and it shows that Bisco has been brought up in the middle of literally nowhere, and he's been eating raw fucking tree roots and bark and lizards. I thought it would be harder. I thought it would taste like bear's liver. It has a very, what did he say? It has a nourishing flavor. It's about nourishment, right? It has a lot of sugar, it has a lot of starch, so it provides a lot of energy. It has a nourishing flavor. What's another nourishing thing that I know? Bear's liver. I thought it's gonna taste like bear's liver because both of them are nourishing. And yeah, she just tossed the jerry can with fuel, and it just so happened that the temple was built on top of a huge mantis shrimp who feeds on fuel. And somehow has controls of the guns on its head, on its back. Sabikui Bisco, everybody. That's just Sabikui Bisco. And we're getting some nice scenes of crabs fighting, and we're getting this amazing music. What's the deal with the music? How can the music in this anime be so great? Now, don't get me wrong, it's constantly the exact same track. Every time action happens in this show, it's just one track. But it's a great track. Animated on once. Brain exposed. And now it's Bisco's turn. I love the faces Bisco makes. And this scene, it's like wallpaper stuff. Arrow deep inside of the brain. And there we go. The Mantis Ship Temple has been defeated. Except in the last moments of its life, it fires one last shot straight into the mines. What a coincidence! And of course, that little shit ran off with their money. But she left provisions, of course. If Akaboshi dies, come team up with me. Why not team up with us? Probably because there's no profit in it. Yet. I have a distinct feeling that sooner or later she will join the team. Or, alternatively, she's gonna be a recurring character that's gonna appear every now and then, sell our dudes some stuff, and then disappear. Not sure if I'm a fan of that, because it might be used. Sorry, it's late. Because it might be used as sort of a deus ex machina, right? Oh no, they're starving, but who is it on the horizon? It's Jellyfish Chan, and she has a bag full of food. You know, that kind of stuff. I fear that it might lead to that. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Hopefully she just actually joins. And yeah, Milo can ride Akutagawa now. Akutagawa is now used to him. Now that's another weird biome. It's like salt plains or calcium plains or something like that. Probably calcium plains because of how many shells there are. It's probably not sand, but just crushed and eroded shells. And right in the middle of this complete plain, there's a single green sprout and a single red watermelon. And yeah, Bisco doesn't care if it's a kid or an adult. Motherfucker has some food, so Bisco catches him. And there's more children. More kids with their with shells incorporated into their outfits. And modern weaponry. And there's that. No, I think it's a dilapidated building in the background. I thought that it's a humanoid statue, right? Can you see it? There's like head, there's one arm, and there's the other arm. And there is the sky visible between the torso and the arms, right? This kind of an opening. And there's some like exposed rib cage, but no, now that I'm looking at it, it's just a broken, dilapidated building, and it's just light that causes this those gap-looking places. But hey, they're gonna end up friendly. Well, more or less. In the next episode, it seems we're gonna spend some time with Pao Wu, and I'm absolutely 100% down for it. Hopefully we're not gonna get a time skip. Hopefully we're gonna see her reaction after seeing that Milo's bracelet is now on her hand, and that she has a bag full of the serum. I hope it's not gonna be like a time skip 2 months forward when she's already in the middle of looking for where her brother could possibly be. And what? It's a huge fish with human teeth. It's a lot of huge fish, actually. It's a lot of puffer fish with human teeth and buck teeth, flying towards the screen, trying to swallow some sort of a machine gun emplacement. What other anime has shit like this? And it's a genuine question. If you know any anime that's this bizarre, just let me know in the comments or on the Discord or somewhere. Because I love this shit. I absolutely adore it. And there we go. That was episode 4 of Sabikui Bisco. That was episode 4 of Sabikui Bisco. And it left me stumped. Flabbergasted, even. Every single episode proves that it's still not everything they have. That there's still more. Oh, you thought that the peak of the animal weapons was the huge crab? Nah. Have some mind-controlled hippos with machine guns on their backs. Oh, you thought the hippos were like out of there? How about half slug, half chopper? Hmm? An escargot fighter. How about that? Oh, you thought that's wild? Well, listen to me, hear me out. What if there was a mantis shrimp, the size of a block of flats with a temple on its back, and it fed on fuel, and it could control the guns that are strapped to its back? What's next? What's next? A whole ass mobile city placed on the tail of a huge lobster? Spider bikes? Spider with like bike handles strapped to its head, and an exhaust for some reason, because why the fuck would spider not have an exhaust? Is that where we're going? Because if so, then I'm down for that. I absolutely am. I'm at a lack of words, to be honest with you. It was a great episode. Like, don't get me wrong. Don't take my silence for, you know, me not liking this episode. No, on the contrary, I fucking loved it. But I don't think I've ever seen an anime of this kind. Yeah, I have seen some anime that had more or less ridiculous moments. There was that one anime. Was it Bloodlad? I think it might have been Bloodlad, where there was some sort of a country or a mansion in the clouds or something like that. And that was kind of out of there. And there was a girl with a huge backpack who could travel through mirrors. And that was a little out of there. But it was just, kind of one thing in that series. There was Beelzebub, one of my favorite anime of all time, that had the main character was completely out of there, and there were whole episodes like a toddler pissing so much that it caused a flood in the city, and they had to find some special diaper or something to save the city from flooding. Right? There was an episode like that. There are, of course, anime that are entirely built on the premise of being ridiculous. Do not look far for it. Pop Tepi Peak. Ninja Slayer. Uh, what else? There was that one anime, Cromarty High School, right? There are anime that just strive to be as ridiculous as possible, because that's their shtick, essentially. An anime that would be completely serious, but at the same time, one that would have this much being completely out of whack, Doro is probably the closest. Besides Doro and Sabikui Bisco, not much comes to mind. Maybe Flip Flappers? Maybe Flip Flappers. Kill la Kill to a lesser degree. It kind of had just like one weird thing that it rode through the entire series. Yeah, I can't come up with many more examples. Sabikui Bisco is very much unique, and I've seen some anime charts of popularity. Sabikui Bisco is actually popular. That's great news. I was looking only at my channel's statistics, and I got the false impression apparently that Sabikui Bisco wasn't popular because it didn't see as many viewers on my channel as Symphogear or Those Frontline, but comparing it to other series that I'm running and comparing it to the previous season of my videos, Sabikui Bisco is actually popular. So yeah, I was sorely mistaken. Sabikui Bisco is actually a popular show and people are actually watching it. And that's great. That's absolutely amazing. I don't care if somebody watches my reactions to Sabikui Bisco or someone else's, or maybe no reactions whatsoever. I care that people watch Sabikui Bisco. Because it's a show worth watching. And it's a show that deserves a second season, and a third season, and a fourth season, and a fifth season. I can keep watching it all the time. I cannot wait for the next episode. I truly can't, because every single episode surprises us with something new. And the next episode focuses on Pau, which makes me wonder what's gonna happen in the city. What does the city have to offer us that we haven't seen yet? We know that governor is treating the employees of his secret forces, special forces, whatever you want to call it, as essentially his prisoners or slaves, feeding them those warm eggs and the drug that inhibits those eggs from hatching. What other secrets does the city hold? What will Pau discover? I'm gonna be waiting with bated breath. And I hope you're gonna be waiting with me. Subscribe to not miss it. Yeah, I think that's gonna be it from me. I don't have anything more to add except I can't wait to see where this series is gonna go next. I genuinely cannot wait. But you guys, tell me down in the comments what you thought of this episode, what you thought of my reaction, what you think of the series as a whole. Are you enjoying it? Are you not enjoying it? I don't know. Tell me about it. Like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it, but tell me why so I can improve. Subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon so you get notified of my future releases. It's not only Sabikui Bisco, but also Tokyo 24Ku, Those Frontline, Symphogear, Arifureta Season 2, and that's it. Yeah, Tokyo 24, Bisco, Symphogear, Arifureta. No, there's something more. There's something I'm missing. Now that's embarrassing. What series do I have on my channel? I have to genuinely check that. Symphogear, Dolls Frontline, Tokyo 24Ku, Sabikui Bisco, Arifureta. Those 5 shows. There we go. And today I released a 222 subscriber special, Kobayashi Senshi no Maid Dragon S OVA. It's up on my channel. Go check it out if you want to see it. Join my Discord server if you want. It's free. Link is in the description. It's not gated behind Patreon subscription or anything like that. It's open to everybody. But if you do support me on Patreon, you're gonna get a special role and access to a Patreon-only Discord server. And it doesn't matter what tier you support me at, you're gonna get your role, you're gonna get your channel on that server, so you can feel special. And for $10 a month, you get early access to my non-seasonal shows. This season, it's Symphogear. If you can't support me monetarily or don't want to support me monetarily, that's also valid. You can support me by spreading the word. Share those videos with people who would enjoy them. It really helps a lot. The more people watch my videos, the more YouTube believes that my videos should be spread around and recommended to other people, and thus the more people watch my videos, and I'm happy because people watch my videos, and that's why I'm creating them. That's like the only reason why I'm creating my videos, for people to watch them. So the more people watch them, the more validated I feel. Is that it? I think that's it. So, as always, that's gonna be it from me for today, and as always, do all the good stuff, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Cheers! And this list is another thing you get no matter the tier of your subscription.